We all know that blood is thicker than water. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you can't handle if you have a sister.
What did I ever do to you?
Enough, Anna.
No, why? Why do you shut me out?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the films that will tug at the heartstrings, resonating around that most important of female friendships. Both live-action and animated films will be considered. Beware, there are some spoilers ahead.
Fun. Sounds fun.
Number 10, The Parent Trap. Like the 1961 original, this 1998 Lindsay Lohan film centers on twins who were separated at birth, though how they didn't recognize that on first sight is still a bit of a mystery.
So if your mom is my mom, and my dad is your dad, and we're both born on October 11, then you and I are like sisters. Sisters.
In the more modern version, Hallie and Annie finally meet each other by chance at a summer camp, and after a few missteps, they realize that they belong in each other's lives, and will stop at nothing to reunite their parents.
And what a coincidence that we're all here on the exact same weekend.
It's a sweet film that really drives the message home. Nothing is more important than family.
Sure, fine. Take your time.
Number 9, 27 Dresses.
Grey Goose is in the freezer, Red Bull's on top of the fridge, and in the cupboard there are strawberry Pop-Tarts. Jinx!
I said it first.
Oh.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That can be bad enough when it's a couple of times, but almost 30 times seems unbearable. And let's face it, the stress of weddings can really bring out the worst in people.
My little sister's getting married.
Before you.
That's not what I'm upset about.
At least that's the way it is with sisters Jane and Tess. Their sibling rivalry takes a dark turn when Tess sweeps away with the man Jane is in love with. With pressure mounting and demands on Jane increasing as the day of Tess's wedding approaches, the whole thing comes to an ugly head.
Did you even love him? Or was it just convenient?
Please, Jane, get off your high horse. Just admit it, you resent me because you were the one who always had to braid my hair and make my Halloween outfits and go shopping for my prom dress.
No, I have never resented any of that.
Yes, you have.
However, the sisters find they were fighting about the wrong things all along and help set each other on the right track.
You've been trying to take care of me ever since Mom died.
I had to.
No, you didn't have to.
But if I don't, then...
But if you don't, then you'll just be my sister, which is what it should be.
Number 8, Rachel getting married. Like the last entry, a woman begins to reflect on her life and choices in the advent of her sister's imminent nuptials. The relationship between Kim and Rachel is tense to say the least.
You win. I'm gonna get hazmat tattooed across my forehead.
God,
Well, that makes
heartbeat. Okay, is being my maid of honor that important to you? Because I didn't think you gave a shit. Sorry.
Kim is jealous of the attention bride-to-be Rachel is getting, and Rachel resents Kim on a brief reprieve from rehab for constantly trying to be the center of attention in the days leading up to her big day.
You know what?
Everything is not about you,
No,
Kim.
it's not about me. It's about sisterhood.
You're such a paragon of sisterhood.
You know
We're
what?
ready for sisterhood.
Sisterhood conquers all.
The complexities of their dynamic and family troubles are peeled back layer by layer, with both women coming to understand that healing can only begin when past hurt is put aside.
And Rachel, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And thank you for marrying me.
You're welcome.
Number 7, In Her Shoes. Having a sister can be great. It's basically a built-in best friend.
Anyway, Mom said that we could each get one present, and you got...
a Nancy Drew book.
I asked for a puppy.
Unless you have absolutely nothing in common, at which point things can get complicated. Rose, the older sister, is straight-laced, serious, and incredibly protective of her younger sister, even though her patience is wearing thin.
I think you should work so you don't have to mooch off me for everything.
What are you talking about? I just got us 2 rounds of drinks.
No, Cuervo Carl got the drinks and only because he hoped you'd sleep with him.
Maggie is a party girl, basically illiterate and always strapped for cash. When their ill-fitting relationship finally falls apart, Maggie sets off to find their grandmother.
I put you in there and turned the music on so you wouldn't hear them.
Why? What were they saying?
He was saying she was unfit. That's the word he used.
There, she discovers more about their past and all the ways her big sister has been looking out for her.
I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling.
Number 6, Hannah and her sisters.
You treat me like a loser. How? You never have any faith in my plans. You always undercut my enthusiasm.
Not so. No, I think I've been very supportive. I try to give you honest, constructive advice. I'm always happy to help you financially.
The complicated lives of Hannah and each of her sisters are detailed in 3 story arcs in this 1986 Woody Allen directed classic.
God, she's beautiful. She's got the prettiest eyes. And she looks so sexy in that sweater. I just want to be alone with her and hold her and kiss her. Tell her how much I love her and take care of her. Stop it, you idiot. She's your wife's sister.
While all in some ways pivoting around the central character of Hannah, the film shows the women as individuals with their own particular interests, desires, secrets, and feelings.
Elliot, don't! Lee, I'm in love with you.
While at times their lives can seem larger than life, mostly their worlds are grounded and constantly come back to the other sisters and other important people in their lives. It's the perfect movie to watch with your sisters at Thanksgiving.
It's ironic. I used to always have Thanksgiving with Hannah, and I never thought that I could love anybody else. And here it is years later, and I'm married to you and completely in love with you.
Number 5, Frozen. While the relationship between Lilo and Nani Pelikai and Lilo and Stitch was also up for consideration, we went with Elsa and Anna as our favorite animated sisters.
I'm so sorry about what happened. If I'd have known...
No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. But you should probably go. Please.
But I just got here.
There are few times when the bond that sisters share has been so explicitly detailed in film, especially in animated features. Not rivals, these two are best friends from the beginning. When Elsa and her uncontrolled gifts are exposed, rather than fearing her, Anna does everything she can to save her big sister. In a twist that had audiences choking up everywhere, the ultimate true love of the film was not from any sword-wielding hero, but the true love that sisters share.
You sacrificed yourself for me? I love you.
An act of true love will thaw a frozen heart.
Number 4, Brooklyn.
I can't buy you a future. I can't buy you the kind of life you need.
When life wasn't enough in Enniscorthy, Ireland, Rose Lacey writes to an Irish priest, Father Flood, in Brooklyn, who might help arrange for her sister Ailish to leave for America and find a better life.
How long do letters from Ireland take to arrive? My sister Rose said she'd write straight away.
They take a long time at first, and then no time at all.
Ailish sets sail for New York, and in her new home works hard, makes friends, and even finds love. All seems to be going perfectly when she receives devastating news. Rose has died. After Ailish has established a new life, she realizes that it will all be without the beloved sister who helped make it happen.
I'm so sorry. I'm married. I got married in Brooklyn before I came home, and I should have told you. I should have told you as soon as I got back.
Number 3, the Hunger Games franchise. For Primrose Everdeen, it was her first reaping day. Despite her big sister Katniss's reassurances that the likelihood of her selection was low, the worst comes to pass as her name is announced.
Primrose Everdeen.
As she's led up to the stage in a frantic panic, which itself is nearly enough to bring anyone with a little sister to tears, Katniss runs forward screaming these now famous words.
I volunteer! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
Volunteering as tribute seems like a death sentence, yet Katniss survives and inspires a rebellion. All of Katniss's actions are driven by her love for and need to protect her little sister.
You understand that whatever I do comes back to you and Mom. I don't want you to get hurt.
Which makes the film series' conclusion all the more heartbreaking. Number 2, Little Women. Beginning during the American Civil War, 4 sisters in Massachusetts with very distinct personalities keep each other's spirits up, even as they butt heads over issues large and small.
May you beautifully rhyme your entire song, ye singers.
Meg the beauty, Jo the intellect, Beth the sweet one, and Amy the hopeless romantic. After caring for a neighbor's child, Beth becomes sick and never quite recovers. As the sisters grow from girls to women, and their lives change, they come to rely on one another less and less.
Oh, Jo, I've missed you so. Why does everyone want to go away?
But when Beth finally succumbs to the lingering effects of her illness, Jo and the audience are devastated. Even though they'd grown apart, your sister is still your sister. Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
You need help. Let him help you. I gotta go scrub I Heart balls off the fridge. I'm sorry I wrote that.
Oh, Rockford, Peach! I made it! I can stay!
Ask Bianca who drove her home.
Kat, don't change the drove who drove you home.
Now, don't get upset, Daddy, but there's this boy.
Who's a flaming imbecile.
Please.
And I think he might ask me...
Please, I think I know what he's going to ask you. And I think I know the answer. No! It's always no!
#1, My Sister's Keeper. If you're thinking you will not destroy a box of Kleenex for this one, you are kidding yourself.
Anna,
I'm important too, Mom. I'm important too.
When Anna Fitzgerald was born, it was for a distinct purpose: to be a living aid to her critically ill sister Kate, who suffers from acute promyelocytic leukemia. Because of their genetics, Anna has donated tissue and blood for her entire life to her sister to keep her alive.
My sister has leukemia. They're trying to force me to give her my body parts.
You're supposed to give her a kidney?
She's been in renal failure for months now.
Well, no one can force you to donate if you don't want to, can they?
They think they can. I'm under 18. They're my legal guardians.
However, when Kate needs more in order to extend her life a little, while drastically impairing Anna's own quality of life, Anna wants to make the hard decision to say no.
Tell them you want to cheerlead.
They'll never believe me.
Yeah, they will. And you want to know why? Because it's the truth.
The back and forth of the decision is heartbreaking, as Kate must also make a difficult, selfless choice.
I need you to do me a favor, Sissy. What favor? You can release me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.